Hi Tyler, just getting back to you. Just wanted to show you the difference between the two places at the top of the backswing. Obviously I've got an iron in my hand here, so it's slightly different to the driver. However, you can start to see the actual forearm plane there on the left hand screen. Surely, clearly I'm not the be all and end all, but just to give you an indication of what's actually going on and what we're trying to achieve there. And that first movement down in regards to forward first, you'll see the lower half go forward first. Now, from an anatomical standpoint, you can only go so far forward with that left hip before it's got to turn out of the way. But what's basically happening there is pressure on my foot is going down forwards, and then it's going to go up as I start to hit the golf ball. Now, however, what you will see from down the line is that club face and shaft matches up. The forearm's actually working in and across, and therefore you're not going to end up hooking it as far as that's concerned. So from the top of your backswing down, we start to see that lower half really start to clear early, and then your arms don't have anywhere else to go but to get stuck in behind you. And then we'll start to see the arms work out, the left shoulder work back, and you'll start to actually see your body go this way, backwards, away from the target. When it's going backwards and away from the target, well, then we're really going to struggle to hit anything from there. In regards to, we'll hit it, that's for sure, but obviously we're going to be well from the inside, and that's going to be working and just having to shut the face down pretty quickly, rather than that path of the golf club there tracing this way. We start to see it go up, probably a little more up than what we'd like, obviously. So if the body's going backwards like that through impact, well, then I can't keep rotating, body stalls, stops, and then keeps going from there. So from my aspect, then we get to, as I said, the guys that I consider that move the golf club pretty nicely. And this guy's clearly one of them. We start to look at what his movement patterns are, and in particular this one here, where you'll start to see good rotation, but if you watch the forearm path and where the hands and arms are, we can't see that right shoulder through here where we could with your golf swing. Obviously the camera angle is slightly different, but you'll see the shaft and it's in a vastly different area, and the elbows, there's a lesser distance between your body. Now from front on, that's actually looks quite different again from what we've seen, and you can start to see, if we just take this back just a tad, that's starting to work back through his forearm on the way down, on the way back, and on the way down. And we start to see there's a little lesser gap through here, obviously still being iron, and there's a lot less going on through here, and that starts to work left. So hence, that's what we're trying to achieve in that perfect world that we all live in, and that's what I'd like to see you, that's where I believe you can get to. So I'll put the other swing in here in a second. Might be the second one, which is the shorter one, which is closer to what we're after. But we still see that uncoil. And when you watch the really good players, they bump across first and then they start to uncoil. But that's happening before you get to the top of your backswing. You can see that lower half moving, and that's where you start to get really stuck. The other one, basically the same thing happened. The two swings that you've sent me, one starts way right, one starts right and one starts well left, obviously. So you can see where I'm starting to come from. We're going to work a little drill with this stuff. as I said, where you'll go to the top of the backswing, get yourself with that forearm into a little bit better position. You can turn yourself a little bit more there if you wish, but a nice strong stable base where we're pushing into the ground with both feet. And the first movement isn't a rotation, it's actually a movement that way, okay, without trying to turn, and the arms will come down at the same time. What that'll end up doing is being able to stop your body from working backwards away from the ball. As you start to go back, as you start to come down, then now it starts to back away, so this head starts to move, and it's already moved a tad there, but it starts to go back away from the golf ball because of that first movement with that lower half on the way down. Okay? I'll shoot this through to you, and then I'll give you a call.